What's Gucci everyone? It's AJ here, and in this video I want to talk about Rails app templates. And what that means is, imagine you're doing a Rails application like I like to. I like to make a lot of Rails applications, and you find yourself doing the same things. If you're kind of at least pretty into Rails, or even a little bit, you probably heard about gems like RSpec, which makes testing easier, or you may use Haml, which is an easier way to write HTML, or something of that sort. And what that allows you to do is, easily kind of do things. But what you may find is that a lot of times with RSpec, you got to run a generation command to generate all the RSpec files. And with Haml, you got to put that in so any file you make, doesn't become an HTML file, it becomes a .html.haml file. And maybe you have other generators you'd like to run, like Devise, which is an authentication gem. And you have to do this. You find yourself doing this every time you basically create a Rails project. And so what if there was a way to automate it? And there is. So if I go to Rails help and I just type in help, we're going to see something here. We're going to go up and we're going to see this .m option, and it says template. It says path to some application template. Now what could that mean? That could mean, could I somehow do templating? And well, the answer is yes. You can do templating in Rails. And if you go to the Rails homepage, the Rails guides, which are really good, definitely suggest reading them. There are Ruby files containing a DSL, domain-specific language, for adding gems initializers. So basically, there's methods written, that's what the DSL is, there's methods written on purpose for you to easily create templates. And you do this with the M-switch. And all you need to do is create a .rb file and point your application to it when you create a new template. And so there's things like the gem command. And what does the gem function do? It adds a gem to your gem file automatically. And so you can also do a gem group. So you can do a gem group, or you can just do it the normal way. And you can do awesome things like that. So you can easily create gems. You can run commands. I'll show you. I run this command. So you can run any terminal command you want. You can run ls, remove rm.rdoc, and I'll show you why they do that. Or you can run rake commands such as dbmigrate. So you could make a whole process where you create a scaffolding and then run rake migrate. You can create routes. And I'll post this in the link below. But what I'm about to show you guys is how to easily create something. And the last thing that's really cool is you can run git commands. So easily within your first template, by making a new application, you can also do your first commit and initialize a git repository. Pretty cool, isn't it? Okay? It's also got advanced usages, which I'll let you guys look at. So right now what we're going to do is I'm going to do Vim, and I'm going to go into my template. And so I'm going to show you what my basic template is. I'll post an example of this, but I'll also post the documentation, which is what you really want to read to understand everything. So these aren't common Ruby commands. These are specific for the template language that Rails uses, like run. So run runs rm readme.doc. So that's readme.doc is created by default, but GitHub really wants a readme.md file for Markdown. So what I do is I remove the doc file and make a MD file with the touch command. That's a Linux command for just create a new file. And then I add a gem of Haml Rails because I want to use Haml, and then I add a gem for development. I add gems for RSpec, annotate, and guard RSpec, which allow me to easily do testing. I like to do that a lot. And annotation allows me to annotate my models and add basically the fields for my models in the model.rb pages of my Rails project. So then after I add these things, and note this gem lines 6 through 11 right here, they look exactly like how your gem file would work, right? You just add them, and they've been condensed into functions for you to say, okay, add this gem to the gem file, and then boom. And then after I add all those gems, I'm going to run bundle install because I want it to add all those gems. And then I'm going to do a generate command. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate RSpec install. And so what does that do? You want to use the generate command. Let's see when we want to use the generate command. Let's find it here quickly. And see in the Rails spec, it says run the supplied Rails command with given arguments. So, the RSpec command is you want to do Rails, create RSpec init. So that simply does that for you whenever you want to run it like that. And going back, when you run it like that, so then I install my Allspark, that creates the files, and then at the end I initialize my Git repository, I add things and do the first commit. And I give it all the options with the all. You could also use git add dot if you want to just run. You could do git, I could do git, and then, I could just do, run git add dot after git init, but git add, they made a command for me, so it works as well too. And so then I'm able to do my first commit, comma afterwards with another parameter, and simply I can commit everything. And so now I'm going to show you this working in action. So what I want to do here is I'm going to go I'm going to go outside of that folder, and I'm going to go Rails, which I spelled wrong here, Rails new, and then we'll just call this first project, and I'm going to give it the -t switch so it doesn't do the regular testings, because I'm going to install RSpec, and then I'm going to give it the -m switch, and I'm going to point it towards my Rails app template, and we're going to see this all run. And I have an error, and the error is undefined method group for Rails generator methods, and that's because I don't have a group. I did the wrong thing. I have to Okay, everyone, I'm back. I'm sorry. What I had to do was, on line 8, I had to change it from group to gem group, which is in the documentation right here, as you see, in gem group development test, and then you can give it the gems. And what that does is it puts the gems in a specific group. So I did that, and now I'm going to go back into my document, and we're going to create the same project again. So again, I'm going to give it the T switch to not create the default testing files, and I'm going to give it the M for templating, and to display the Ruby file, the template Ruby file that I created with the same Rails new, whatever name you want to give it. So then I'm going to press enter here, and now you're going to see a lot of things, which I'll wait. It's going to do a bundle install, which a Rails new project does by default, but now it does it after installing all these things. And so now, wow, we did a lot of things here, but I'm going to show you some things. For instance, it ran bundle install, which is the last thing not the last thing I told it to run. But actually it does run a bundle install, because it does that at the very end of creating any project, and that is not something I did tell it. But what it did do is it ran all these commands that I told it to. So it ran RSpec install without me doing anything. It created the spec helper and the Rails helper, and then it initialized the Git repository all right there with the first commit. And then also we can see here that I added all these gems in my gem file. I added Hammer Rails, Annotate, and Guard RSpec. So as you can see, everything worked perfectly, and I was able to create an awesome gem file. I'll have this link below and this example. What I'm going to do here is I will make this a gist on GitHub and post the link to it right there. There you go, my gist made right from Vim. Maybe I'll show you guys how to do that. It's one of my favorite plugins. I can create a gist easily on Vim. I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a great day. I just graduated college, so give me a like for that one. It always helps everything. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Have a great day.